Good Saturday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G. Thank you for joining me on this TikTok channel and YouTube channel. And I'm going to be here with you today, and we're going to be talking about a very strong storm system moving across the country for this time of the year. Very strong for this time of the year. And we're going to be looking at the tropics, and we're going to be talking about the heat down across the south. But our city of the day is going to be Chicago, Illinois, where we're expecting thunderstorms today and heavy rain with some flash flooding throughout parts of the Midwest. We're already seeing showers and thunderstorms across the upper Midwest today and through Illinois. You can see the wet roads out here and those cloudy skies where temperatures are in the lower to middle 70s right now with those thunderstorms in the area. So let's move on with the rest of our forecast and talk about what we're seeing for the rest of the country. All right, as we're talking about the rest of America now, let's take a quick look at our current radar situation, and we are looking at showers and storms throughout a few portions of the Midwest, down across the Mid-South, and in the upper Midwest, just south of Lake Michigan there. Near the Chicago area, our city of the day, and you see that cluster of showers and thunderstorms right now. No severe weather is associated with this. A lot of rain and general garden variety thunderstorms, so that's good news that, and we can get some beneficial rainfall. But we are looking at some showers and storms down here across parts of Missouri and into Arkansas and back over into Oklahoma. Some showers and storms right here over Tennessee, south central Kentucky, and again across the state of Florida. We're seeing a lot of showers and thunderstorms, and along the immediate coast of the Gulf Coast and off the coast of Texas over into Louisiana and southern Mississippi as well. We're looking at showers and thunderstorms. More showers and storms across the upper Midwest into western Minnesota, North and South Dakota, and over into Montana and Wyoming. We're seeing those showers and thunderstorms, and even down through parts of Nebraska. So many folks out there are dealing with some showers and storms today, as we have that strong area of low pressure tracing across parts of the upper Midwest, and that's going to move into the Great Lakes and eventually lift up into eastern Canada with a cold front that's going to sweep across the mid-Atlantic, the Great Lakes, and into the Northeast, where it's going to provide some cooling temperatures and a drop in those humidities as well. But unfortunately, if you're south, you're going to remain warm and a bit sticky, and those high heat indexes will remain in place for you. So no relief in sight south of, say, Tennessee and North Carolina. But if you're north of Tennessee, north of North Carolina, you will see some reprieve a little bit from the heat and humidity, and that includes folks north of Missouri and north of Kansas. But south is going to remain hot and extremely humid with some isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Now here's a look at our satellite imagery, our infrared, and you can see that cluster of storms that's down here across parts of Missouri, Oklahoma, and Kansas, and Arkansas, and we see that area of showers and storms up here across the upper Midwest and into the Ohio Valley. We're seeing those showers extend across into southern Canada and to parts of the mid-Atlantic, Pennsylvania, and western New York. We're seeing those showers and storms. But our area of low pressure that's going to be influencing the weather across the eastern half of the United States this entire weekend and into Monday is right up here across the northern plains, North and South Dakota, and Wyoming and Montana. We're seeing those showers from that low pressure center that's going to be moving eastward across the northern tier of the country for the remainder of the weekend and into the beginning of next week. And it's going to bring that cold front along with it to cool some folks off. Not everybody, but some folks will experience some cooler temperatures. Will be nice for a few days because it won't last that long. Here is our current temperatures. Not too bad just yet. Still pretty early in the day. So we're seeing those 90s down in Texas and along the Gulf Coast. and then 70s throughout the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. And we're looking at those 60s across the high plains of Montana and Wyoming is our cool spots. It's going to be the northern plains over to the Pacific Northwest, where those temperatures are in the 60s, because that frontal boundary has passed through that area already. So the troughing is already taking place up there, and it's going to be moving to the east. But down across the Southwest, we're starting, it's still early in the day, so it's not, hasn't reached those triple digit temperatures yet, but we're looking at 76 for Phoenix and 98 for Yuma area, 98 there for Phoenix and 76 for Show Low, Arizona. So it's still hot out there, 91 in Las Vegas at this time. So we haven't hit those 100s yet, because out there it's about, what, 10 in the morning or so. So it's not quite warm enough across the desert Southwest. Here's a look at our forecast highs for today. Those high temperatures will be extremely hot down across the southern United States, Texas, through Arizona and New Mexico. We're going to see it 115 in Phoenix today, 104 for a high across the city of Dallas, 108 over there in El Paso, Texas, 105 in San Antonio, and 101 for the city of Houston, 100 for New Orleans, 90 for Jacksonville, and we're going to see it very hot down across the south, but very nice up in the upper Midwest. Look at those temperatures up there in the 78 up there in Boston, so 77 for Buffalo. So very nice temperatures today across the Northeast and the Great Lakes. So enjoy that while it lasts. Here's our thunderstorm forecast for today, and we're going to see thunderstorms from the extreme portions of the New England area and Maine, and that's going to go offshore, then come back onshore with our front across the southeast. Down to Florida, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms through the Mid-South, over into the Midwest and the Plains, all the way up to the Canadian border, and across the northern plains, the northern Rockies, toward the Pacific Northwest. We're going to see those showers and thunderstorms. We won't see monsoon storms across the Southwest today. We will take a break from that as high pressure has shifted a little bit further to the east, so you're going to be out of the range for that, so you won't see any monsoon storms in Phoenix or Tucson today. Now here is our rainfall forecast up to the next 48 hours, and we're going to be looking at lots of rain across Minnesota, North and South Dakota, as well as the state of Iowa. We're going to be seeing heavy rain that's going to be leading to some flash flooding, and some folks can pick up as much as 3 inches of rainfall across parts of the upper Midwest, Indiana, Illinois. We're going to be seeing a lot of heavy rain across the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic into Pennsylvania, upstate New York, into Massachusetts, parts of Rhode Island and New Jersey, and that heavy rain is going to extend along the Appalachian mountain range to the deep south, Georgia, Alabama, and into Mississippi, and even across the state of Florida. We're going to see those rain showers and thunderstorms over the next 48 hours. Okay, so here's our big storm that we're tracking, where we're going to be seeing it set up today. The low pressure center is going to set up along the border of Minnesota and South Dakota this afternoon. So we're going to see that triple point right there, where we're going to see that potential of severe weather right there near our warm front and our cold front extending toward the southwest. And right in this region, right here in this A-pillar, this apex, we're going to see that severe weather outbreak this afternoon, where we can see the potential for some tornadoes and very large hail, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour, and excessive rainfall and flash flooding. So almost a severe weather is going to be likely this afternoon across the upper Midwest and the northern plains, all the way up into Minnesota and South Dakota. So please monitor your local weather conditions and pay attention to what's going on around you today, as that severe weather is poised to break out and do a lot of damage this afternoon. And then as far as Saturday tonight, as we look ahead, In the future radar, we're going to be seeing those showers and storms really up here across Minnesota. Going to be seeing them moving out of South Dakota and into Minnesota. So we're going to be seeing nighttime thunderstorms across the Twin Cities, and those showers and storms also will be prevalent across the Indianapolis and the upper Midwest near the Great Lakes. So eventually those will be moving into Ohio, and we're going to be seeing a line of thunderstorms across the plains from Kansas and into Nebraska. So places like Wichita and Lincoln and Des Moines will see those thunderstorms this evening and later on tonight as well. Here is your forecast for Sunday. As far as that severe weather concerned, we still have that warm front and we have our cold front in the area of low pressure moving out of Minnesota and over northern Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan. We're going to be seeing it over there with those thunderstorms, and we're going to have our outbreak right here across the upper Midwest. So farm country here, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky is where we're going to be seeing that outbreak for that severe weather. And we're going to be looking at, again, tornadoes, large hail, damaging winds, and excessive rainfall and flash flooding. So all modes of severe weather is going to be possible and likely with this scenario. So please pay attention to your local weather forecast and keep up to date on what's going on and keep an eye on the sky, okay? And then we have our flash flood outlook, and we're going to be seeing that heavy rain from today through Sunday morning. We're going to be looking at that heavy rain and that possibility of flash flooding up here across the upper Midwest. So Minnesota, across South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, and even down into Kansas, Missouri, and Illinois and St. Louis area. We're going to be seeing the potential there for flash flooding from some of these heavy thunderstorms that we're going to be seeing across the upper Midwest today. And that severe storm threat is going to continue on Sunday and Monday with the flash flood outlook. And that's going to be moving a little bit further north and to Wisconsin and Michigan, northern Illinois, Indiana, and Kansas, not Kansas, but Iowa. We're going to be seeing the potential there for flash flooding. And we do have another marginal risk of flash flooding down here across the Appalachians, Kentucky, Tennessee. We're going to be seeing the potential there for some flash flooding from thunderstorms in those areas. And then on Monday, we're still tracking the same storm as it moves across the country and heads further into the Northeast and New England and the eastern Great Lakes. And now we have a severe threat that extends from central New York, Pennsylvania, western New Jersey, and parts of Maryland and Delaware, again, Virginia, West Virginia, southeastern Illinois, northeastern Kentucky, extreme northern Tennessee. We can see those severe thunderstorms. Again, we lose the tornado threat, and this becomes a possible possible scenario for severe weather. And our threats is going to be damaging winds and large hail and heavy rainfall. Tornado threat is going to be a little bit lower with this on as we head into Monday. So that is a little bit of good news, but it's always possible. So again, keep an eye on the sky and track the weather in your area. Here is our rainfall forecast expectations. I'm going to step off the camera so that you can see how much rainfall is going to be possible. Look at up in Minnesota, 2 to 3 inches of rain is possible over Granite Falls. So western Minnesota could see tremendous amounts of rain, heavy rain again across Illinois and Iowa. We have the potential for picking up 2 to 3 inches of rain once again. So a lot of heavy rain is expected across the upper Midwest. Some folks of western South Dakota could pick up 1 to 2 inches. So again, anywhere from a quarter inch to 3 inches of rain. So wide range of thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are very peculiar and they are very unpredictable with how much rainfall. So we have a wide range of expectations here with rainfall production. All right, so our severe storm threat, we have our 3-day outlook here again to reiterate the severe storms across the plains today, across the upper Midwest tomorrow, and then the East Coast on Monday, and then to the Northeast. So again, track all your weather information and what's going on in your area to keep up to date on what's going on. Now, here is our flash flood threat again today across the upper Midwest, up in Minnesota, down through Iowa, or northern Illinois, and Wisconsin. And we have the possibility of flash flooding all the way to the Northeast and New England. And then again tomorrow today we have more flash flooding expected across the western plains of South Dakota, western Minnesota, western Iowa, parts of eastern Nebraska, and then the possibility of flash flooding as far south as Oklahoma City, eastward to Nashville, and then up into the Ohio Valley. So if you are in Indiana, Illinois, Chicago, you're going to be seeing the possibility of heavy rain and flash flooding. And again, that severe storm threat, we have a lot of severe weather today. Again, across the high plains, parts of eastern Colorado, Denver eastward, all the way over to St. Louis, down through Memphis, Nashville, all the way for Atlanta, to the Gulf Coast, so Tallahassee, down to Omaha, up to Omaha, Minneapolis. A lot of folks can see some severe weather today. And if you're across parts of the high plains, if you're in Oklahoma, Kansas, eastern Colorado, you have the more significant threat where it's very likely to see those severe thunderstorms for your area. Again, severe thunderstorms for your day on Sunday across the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley and the Tennessee Valley and the Appalachian Mountain Range, where we can see that severe thunderstorm threat. Okay, it's hot out there for some of you folks. The heat extended in Phoenix today, 115 in Phoenix, 106 in Dallas. We have the heat index that's going to make it as warm as 111 in Dallas. So 111 in New Orleans too with the heat index. So still going to be hot down in the south. Improving conditions to the north, the northeast, the upper Midwest, and the Great Lakes as far as the temperatures are going to be concerned following the passage of that cold front and that area of low pressure. So it's still really hot. Here's our heat alerts. We have heat advisories in the red, excessive heat in the gray. So that's where the temperatures are over 100, where we get that excessive heat. The heat index and the temperature are over 100 degrees. So we get an excessive heat advisory, a warning for those areas, which includes Dallas, and New Orleans, and Phoenix, Arizona, and Tucson, and San Antonio, and cities of Austin as well. At Oklahoma City, you're included in that mess. So take a big bite of that sandwich, because it's going to continue to be hot for you guys. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You chose to live there. It's your own fault. So no tropical weather is expected to occur in the next 7 days in the Atlantic, but we do have this guy in the Pacific, Tropical Invest 6E. We have this guy right here. We'll take a closer look at Tropical Depression 6E right here off the coast of Guadalajara, Mexico, headed off towards the northeast. That's going to spread some rainfall along the Mexican coast there and off the coast of Baja, maybe La Paz and Ensenada might pick up some rain showers before that guy finally weakens and heads off to the northwest. But here's where Tropical Depression 6E is expected to travel. And there it is. It's going to barely make possible tropical storm status. Maybe by the time we get to Monday, we might hit tropical storm status by then. So we'll see that tropical storm eventually. So eventually we'll maybe by even, actually let me correct myself. Sunday we could have a weak tropical storm as it heats 50 miles an hour, because it has to hit winds of 39 miles an hour to be sustained winds 39 miles per hour to hit minimum tropical storm. So it's going to hit that and it's going to remain at that level until the end of the day on Monday. So a short period as a tropical storm. But we got to talk about a hurricane near Hawaii, Hurricane Dora. All right, so I'm going to ask my age because I can go a lot of places with this. You know, Dora the Explorer, you know. So we got Hurricane Dora down here just to the south and east of the Hawaiian Islands. 125 mile an hour sustained winds make it a Category 3 hurricane. So this is a major hurricane. Fortunately, it's going to stay south of Hawaii according to its track. It's going to stay south of the Hawaiian Islands there. But we're going to be seeing it weaken as it moves to the west. So by Sunday morning, down to 120 miles an hour. Monday, 100 miles an hour. And then Tuesday, 90 miles an hour. Again, it's going to remain hurricane strength, but it's going to drop down to Category 1, maybe Category 2 hurricane. But it's going to stay south of the Hawaiian Islands. That's going to affect maybe cruise ships out over the water and shipping interests. And it's going to make it, like the surf, it's going to make surfing interest peak because it's going to increase the swells and the surf. So that's going to be good for surfers and things like that. Maybe they're going to post some small craft advisories because the water is going to be a little bit active with that hurricane passing by. So that is a look at your weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Mr. G back with you. Thank you for watching me. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We're 514 followers or subscribers on YouTube. About 2,240 on TikTok. So go ahead and leave those follows. Leave those likes, comments. Mr. G appreciates and thank you for the support. Have a good weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.